What's this like for you? You come here for 1 year and you're in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm
cool.
really exciting. Yeah, I mean that's an understatement. It's pretty cool. Obviously, with the season that they had last year, a lot of outsiders didn't really think that we'd be having the season that we're having right now. I think internally we believed in it, but now that it's kind of coming to fruition, it's something really special, and we have something really special to do on Saturday. So it's exciting.
I mean, obviously you were trying to get back closer to home.
Right.
But when you're transferring, and I know you can say it now, but did you really think this team would have this kind of potential coming in?
Obviously, I didn't know to the extent, that we'd be, at 10-2 right now. But when I got here, I saw the talent and the work ethic, and then with the new staff coming in, I knew that there was kind of a different mindset going on, and everyone was kind of moving the same direction. And when you have that going on and start winning games and get that momentum, really anything can happen, and you've seen it happen this year.
What do you remember of OSU's defense from that trip to Stillwater?
Really athletic, fast to the ball. They're going to play a lot of man. Good at stopping the run and be physical on the outside. So we're going to have to, as a wide receiver, is going to have to make contested catches, be able to run the ball. Put momentum together, put drives together. They're a good defense.
Was that maybe, that's obviously you guys' first loss. Was it a bit of a wake-up call in any sense, or what was it?
Absolutely. You always learn a lot from losses and kind of figure out what kind of team you are after a loss and how you're going to rebound. And I think from there on out, we kind of, strapped it down. I think what we learned from that is that our week of preparation is most important leading up to the game. I don't think we necessarily had the best week of practice that week, and from there on out, we kind of, focus and realize, every day you kind of have to earn the right to play well on Saturday. And so coming in, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are the really important days to put in work to be ready for the game. You're not going to be able to just show up on Saturday and get it done.
Was there, I'm sure coaches criticized certain aspects of the game and stuff, but was there kind of a realization that y'all just kind of gritted one out this last week? That's one that, like, maybe if you go back to TCU, you don't.
Sure.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's, even last week, I think you could kind of point it towards practice and just kind of us being at the end of the season. We weren't preparing like we normally do throughout the week. Maybe we took a few days off throughout the week, and like you said, if that was an away game, that could easily have been a loss. And we knew it was going to be a fight, and we didn't put the work in that we needed to throughout the week. So that's we kind of got lucky, and it's kind of some grace on our end just to be able to realize that we need to put in that work this week.
What have you seen from Blake the last 2 weeks, maybe just kind of how he's developed?
Yeah, just confidence. Every time y'all ask me about him, it's the same answer. He's just poised back there. You can see it even though he hasn't had a lot of experience in the game. He just seems confident back there and like he's been doing it for a while. And so, we fully support him at every other position, and I think he's proven it on the field that he can handle the job just fine.
Drew, you mentioned the new staff. Coach Grimes was named one of the Broyles finalists. That's a huge deal, and
right.
Actually back-to-back years. Can you talk about just the impact that he's made this year with
Yeah.
his team?
Yeah, just everything. I think he's just brought in a new mindset. RVO, I'm sure you guys are familiar with that, but we've just kind of taken it and ran with it. He really preaches that, kind of what I've been talking about is coming out and practicing well to be able to play well in the game. You're not going to be able to just show up on Saturday and get it done, but we need to, practice really hard, and then in the game it's a little bit easier. And so he's just kind of instilled that in us throughout the year, and obviously he's a great guy with the call sheet in his hands and a really smart guy when it comes to that, but also just the mindset of it. And he really cares about his players, and that's kind of why we, follow him and back him.
I think probably most people would say that the O-line is probably the most improved area of the team. How have you seen those guys grow in the last few months or since spring?
Right, just working together and trust in the scheme. I think that they've seen, the numbers that we can produce when we all kind of do our 1/11th, and their assignments, each individual assignment matters to the play. If one guy doesn't do his assignment, then the play doesn't work, and I think they bought in on that. just their growth, like you said, their maturity. It's a pretty senior offensive line and a lot of game experience there. And I think those guys, not only individually but working together, have been able to really make our offense run, because it starts with those guys up front, and they've done a great job.
Easy for you to quickly turn from rooting from Oklahoma State to now being the opponent on Saturday?
Yeah, whatever time that was that the game was over, I obviously switched back to being against Oklahoma State. But yeah, I was a big OK State fan for a little bit for those 4 hours. But yeah, as soon as the game was over, back to Baylor and trying to beat those guys.